This Florida man bought his home 14 years ago and he just found out there's an easement running through the center of it. What does that mean? And could your house also be at risk? Let's find out. I'm Grant Warrington and I'm financially free thanks to real estate investing, and now I get to make videos for you all day long. Let's check out the video.
Suing the city of St. Petersburg, alleging the city didn't properly record a 50-foot easement through his property.
So I live in St. Petersburg, Florida. I just moved here a year ago from the Detroit area, so this has really got me concerned. I want to hear more about this.
The city blames his title company and says the easement contains pipes supplying water to 360,000 people. I-Team investigator Adam Mulser is digging into what went wrong and how this could be a problem for other Hillsborough County homeowners near Odessa.
So guys, I don't know if you understand how big that pipe is. I used to be a construction worker for 24 years. I was a crane operator. To supply water to 360,000 people, residents, homeowners, that is a gigantic pipe. And what's inside that pipe? Water. And what is it? It's under pressure. So this is getting a little scarier as we go.
This place was full of life, and it was a great place to raise children.
This house on Racetrack Road was once a happy home and the site of a thriving daycare. But to 74-year-old Hamid Salahuddin, it's a constant reminder of a 90-year-old record-keeping mishap and his title company's failure to catch it.
I found out about the easement in 2015.
Hamid and his late wife bought the property in 2001, but did not know the city of St. Petersburg had a 50-foot wide easement running through the house and yard.
On Zillow, it says this piece of property is worth close to $1 million. What's it worth right now, knowing this easement's running through it?
Salvage value, the house and everything is just, it's worthless.
Wow, guys, 50-foot easement. I want to put that into perspective. If you live in an average house, 1,000 square feet, more than likely your house is probably 50 feet wide. So that would be the whole area of your house is sitting on top of this easement. This is crazy.
Hamid says in 2015, city workers came to check on equipment he didn't know was on his property.
What is that?
They say it's a blow-off valve for the pipes.
The easement.
So a blow-off valve is when there's too much pressure, they have to work on it, they have to relieve pressure, they'll put, attach something to the top of it and it will literally blow off. Makes a huge, incredibly loud noise. I've had to do that in my construction in the past. I'm surprised he's never seen that or asked about that. This is just ridiculous regardless.
It was granted in 1930 for a 36-inch water main, going from what is now the Cosme Water Treatment Plant to the city of St. Petersburg, 26 miles away, crossing hundreds of properties.
So this is my water supply. Wow, this is crazy. And actually the bottom picture there on the right, that's a crane operator. My grandfather was a crane operator and he ran cranes just like that. So that 36-inch pipe is huge. And when you got something that much water under pressure, man, it could potentially be a bomb. It's crazy.
A second 48-inch water main was added in 1962. The pipes provide 28 million gallons of water a day to 360,000 St. Pete residents. A surveyor used spray paint, flags, and stakes to show the location of Hamid's easement in 2015. Hamid then marked it with roofing shingles.
So why the Pepto-Bismol colored paint?
Because so it would stand out, so people could see it from the air.
This is the view from our drone. 8 of Hamid's 10 acres are unbuildable swampland. The house and pipes are in the middle of the usable part.
So that is all unusable, what you see in that picture between those white lines. That is just crazy. I don't know how this got missed and how he was allowed to build on this. Now, I'm going to say, without watching the rest of the video, my opinion up to this point is it's one of two problems. First, I'm going to say it's a title company's problem for not finding it, because that's what a title company does. Whenever you buy a home and you get title insurance, what that title company is doing is they're ensuring that you are the proper person that owns the home and there's no issues like this with the property. So that would be my guess. If you work for a title insurance company or own one, let me know if I'm wrong. If you think so right now, drop it in the comments and let me know what I'm missing. But right now, I'm gonna blame the title company. In my opinion, they should have caught this. This is what title insurance is for. And the title company is on the hook. They should be the ones that are gonna have to make this right. Let's see if I'm right.
It goes through the pool, it goes through the hot tub, it goes through the screened in, it goes through the kitchen, it goes through the bedroom.
The house and pool built by a former owner in 1982. Hillsborough County building permits show no easement. In fact, records show the 1930 easement wasn't recorded until 1954.
Okay, so that's interesting. It wasn't recorded till 54, but why isn't that easement showing up? Why couldn't the title company find it? How did this happen? This just blows my mind.
I contacted the title company for them to fix the problem.
Here we go, right? Title company. That was my thought. So I'm interested to see. Here's what happened, guys. Anytime you buy something and you need insurance or, somebody has to pay up, no one has problems taking your money, right? Like when you pay insurance or you pay a title company or you'd pay an attorney, right? Everyone loves taking your money. But when it comes time to pay out, for them to pay out, that's when the fight starts, especially with a gentleman like this against a big title company or insurance company. And man, I'm gunning for him. I hope he gets this. This is just a disaster. Let's see what the title company says.
Fidelity National Title Insurance Company's lawyer sued the city in 2016. In 2020, Hammond's wife, Penelope, was diagnosed with cancer, closed her daycare, and died months later.
So not only has this guy had to go through this, his wife passed away. This is just terrible. I know it's not an easy answer to fix this, but there's gotta be something out there, somebody that could help him. So again, I'm still sticking with the title company. I'm also wondering about the city, what the city could have done, how this could have been missed. So let's see what happens, how this turns out.
That same year, the property went into foreclosure, putting the lawsuit on hold.
It cuts across a road.
We asked attorney Andy Lyons, who's not associated with the case, to review real estate and court records. Lyons also owns a title company.
That is why he bought a policy of title insurance, in case something like this comes up.
Boom, that's what I said. Okay, the lawyer agrees with me. I'm excited there. That doesn't mean just because he agrees with me, this guy's gonna win. He's obviously gonna have to sue. He's gonna have to pursue this because again, the title company would have to make this right, and they are probably gonna fight him tooth and nail, unfortunately.
But Lyons says the title company has a defense, since the city didn't properly record the easement.
So what normally happens is the county will put in a utility and record an easement. Every time that property transfers after that, the easement follows the deed.
During the 24 years before the easement was recorded, properties were divided and sold with no record of the easement.
And there's no way any of the homeowners after that would know just by looking at their deeds.
So that can be scary. That tells me there's probably a lot of other homes out there that are sitting on this easement. That's not good news for the city of St. Pete, not good news for title companies. This could be very bad. So even as a real estate investor like myself, this isn't going to be something I'm going to be able to catch on my own. That's why, like he said, you get title insurance to protect yourself. And unfortunately, things like this get missed.
And this is miles and miles of these properties.
Miles of these properties.
In Hillsborough and Pinellas counties, Hammond's property changed hands 7 times after the easement was granted, but never showed up in title searches. In response to our records request, the Hillsborough County Appraiser's Office wrote that it could not find that easement on any Hillsborough deed. This 1965 memo from a St. Petersburg utilities employee indicates Hammond's property wasn't the only one affected. It's possible structures could be erected over the pipeline. Lyons believe those old pipes could be a ticking time bomb. Look how close they are to Hammond's house.
These are 36, 48-inch water mains.
Under pressure, that is a full, hard flow of water constantly through those pipelines. So if there's any kind of rupture in a pipe that is now nearly 100 years old, that's going to have potentially catastrophic effects.
So think about that, right? So it's that big of a pipe under pressure. I mean, 100-year-old pipe, it could explode. Would you want to buy this house from this gentleman? I wouldn't. You wouldn't want your kids living in the property. You wouldn't want any family members or loved ones. I wouldn't even want my dog living in that property because you're at major risk. That's why his property's worthless, because now it's known, right? And now that people know it, he has to disclose that and let other people know that, hey, this is what's happening. It sits on top of this easement. That's why the property is worthless. So I'm interested to see how they resolve this. And this could be a nightmare because they said thousands of homes could be sitting on top of it as well. So if you know anybody in the St. Pete area, you might want to let them know. This could be a major problem.
The city of St. Petersburg has declined comment because of the lawsuit. In court filings, the city's attorney wrote, even the most basic due diligence would have discovered the recorded easement, and this suit is an effort to stall the foreclosure proceedings. Hammett said the city made a lowball offer.
In mediation, they offered me $25,000.
$25,000. Now, look, there's always two sides to every single story. So I don't know the other side. The city's obviously right because they're not talking. I do know one thing. If they settle with this gentleman, again, it could be potentially thousands of other homes that they would have to settle, right? So you're looking at a ton of money. So it's in their best interest to fight this. And unfortunately, to offer him $25,000 for his property. This is terrible. It's in foreclosure. I don't know who's right or who's wrong. I would say the title company and the city both are more than likely responsible in this specific instance. But if you have more title information than I do, let me know in the comments below. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me why. Or if you think, hey, this guy has the absolute right to sue the city and, he should get $1 million for this, let me know that in the comments too. See how it turns out.
Hammett and his family were members of an ethnic group called the Tartars and were captured and imprisoned during the Korean War.
We were held prisoner for 3 years, 7 months, 28 days.
He eventually immigrated to the United States, married, had kids, started businesses, and bought what he believed was his dream home.
I am very disillusioned with what the American dream is here.
I'm I-Team investigator Adam Walser with photojournalist Randy Wright, taking action for you.
So guys, this type of stuff happens all the time when you purchase property. Again, that is the importance of a title company. Here's a side note. If you are a real estate investor and you're ever buying a property with seller financing, that means you're buying it directly from the seller. Always get a title company involved. Don't ever give the seller your money. All money goes through the title company and proceeds are distributed from them. And you do not close until the title company has given you that title insurance so that things like this don't happen. Unfortunately, in this case, I feel so bad for this guy and I hope this works out in his favor. If that blew your mind, check out this next video. This Florida man has lived in the United States for over 60 years, and now the government's telling him, you're not a US citizen. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in this video.